got stabbed in my head, sliced in my head. I got stabbed in one of my lungs, my back, and my hand. When you get stabbed, you don't realize. You think someone's punching you. So each stab is like a blow, like a punch. But you don't know. Your adrenaline is rushing and your blood is just going round like 10 speed. It's only when you look at it, your body starts to come down to normal frequency. You then go into panic mode because you're feeling pain now, the sensation. I did that. I was left in an alleyway, bleeding, gushing blood. Luckily, I crawled out of the alleyway and there was two girls that saw me on the floor. And by the grace of God, the glory goes to him, they took me to the hospital. In a daze, but I'm realizing what's happening. I'm dying.
Tell me what happened with the acid attack.
Someone's obviously set me up. Before I knew it, I was in a back alleyway, hiding behind cars, and then ran into a dead-end alleyway. I really saw my life flash before my eyes because this time I was awake and I was shit scared. There was about 12 people. And there was knives upon kitchen knives. I thought, that's it, I'm gone.
What did you think? You saw 12 men with weapons on them. What did you think?
I thought... And welcome back to... Take a seat. It's your boy, Jab Derouchee, Big Drip. You already know, man. Welcome back to Take a Seat.
Come on, bro. Amazing vocals there. What are you saying?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Yes.
It's been a minute, man.
Looking like a god, bro.
I'm trying.
Man. Gold tooth tats, everything. Jeez, man's on point.
Come on, man. The sun's out, man. So, vibrating on a higher frequency, man. So, you already know.
Yes. So, talk to me a little bit about your look today.
Well, I've just come with the whole Christian Dior's, the B21s. Just come with like a whole, like you said, a little Jesus fit. Like I call it the Jesus fit. I'm a godly person anyway. Do you get me? So, yeah, man, I just come with that, man. A little linen Jesus fit, man, just to go with the flow, Yes, I'm loving it.
And something the people at home can't see or is the smell. You smell sweet, bro.
You know what? Last time I came as well, like everyone was on me about the fragrance, man. It's something called Artisan. Okay. For those that know, man, it's a very potent, it's eau de parfum as well. And I've got another one that's got parfum, but it's a bit too intense. But yeah, man, I just keep spraying as well, bro. I will bring it with me as well, so it's mad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where you getting that stuff from?
This one I got from the Artisan. I got from Boots. Imagine.
Okay.
Boots. Yeah. I got this one from Boots, man.
It's expensive.
This one's about £50.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all right. It's all right still, and it lasts all day as well. It's long, Yeah, man, trust me, it's mad. I'm loving it though. I love it though. It smells nice. But you know what? When you spray so much on yourself, but you get to the point where you can't even smell it anymore. So now everyone's like, bro, what is that smell? Like you're ponging. I'm like, I can't smell it. Let me spray more.
This is why all the women are after you, bro.
Great.
We're gonna touch on that later, bro.
Yeah. Literally.
Yes. So what's going on? What's going on in your world right now? Are you so you're a singer, right?
Yeah. I'm a singer.
Do you do songwriting or anything different, or is it just...
Do you know what? I songwrite. I've been songwriting a lot more now. Do you know what? My mind is at peace right now. Like, because anything that you do, like if you're not at peace and you're not aligned within yourself, you're not going to be able to focus properly. Like literally, and I say that gospelly because I've been through situations where I've not been able and capable to focus on something, like literally, like just pick a point and focus on it because so many things are going on in the mind. So even you get something called a writer's block as well. So you're not able to write when your mind is just dysfunctions. So for me, last year was about self-development and this year is about living my purpose. And bro, I kid you not, like the more that I pour into myself, I'm more able and capable to deliver for myself. And my writing is just becoming, I might have to start ghostwriting for some artists now because I might have to start ghostwriting.
What inspires that?
Like,
what inspires your writing? How do you know what to write?
Do you know what?
What angle to come from?
I've been through, they always say like, to articulate yourself when you're writing as an artist, like for the best of you to come out and the best lyrics, like it's through pain, I believe so. It is through pain. And I've been through so much. And for me, I utilize all what I've gone through and turn my pain into purpose. And this is what I've been doing more so recently, where I've got such a clear conscience as well. It's just been amazing. It's literally been so amazing, bro. Like, so that's my inspiration for writing, more so at the moment now. Literally being able to step back into that dark place, to express it out in my writing and still be okay. And that is a strength within itself, because a lot of people can't even face themselves in the mirror, let alone step back into a dark place and be able to take points from that and still carry on their day as normal, bro. But that's my inspiration. So the fire's coming out, bro.
I hear you. I want to ask you, how do you make money?
Do you know what? People ask me this. People ask me this. All right, so I'm a strong believer in multiple streams of income, right? Like, so I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm doing the right stuff. But I'm a fully qualified mentor, and I've been studying for some time. And even with that, turning my pain into purpose, and now I've turned the purpose into profit now. So literally, I've literally just taken on a new role as well as a wellbeing officer and a life coach. So the price has gone up. The price has gone up with that. So it's good. And it's something that I love to do. So it's always great to have an income with something that you love to do. You know, that's just the best that it could ever be, because we've all done things that we don't want to do, and sometimes we need to get by. Do you understand? So I do trading as well. I kind of started investment trading, so not the forex, because these colors and these symbols and size are way too much for the kids' heads, bro. I'm like, oh, like my little brother does it, and he is like fantastic, man. But do you know what? Not everything is for everyone, you know. So the difference for me is that mine is a lot more about investment trading and watching the markets fluctuating up and down. So I can just sit back, just wait for that bird call. It's a lot more easier for me, as of opposed to, like I said, with the forex. So that's another income. I get paid for shows now, and that has been a long time coming. Like, I've been singing since the age of 6, bro. Like, and I'm 36 now. And for me, like, I was thinking to myself, when's the time gonna come? But you know what? Like, where I am such a strong believer in God, I actually said, I'm gonna leave this to God and let him lead the way. And I'm just gonna do what I do best. Because for me, it's all about understanding your gift. And when you lock into your gift and you start flying through, bro, it is like, you don't worry about the fame and the money, because it will naturally come. You're just out there doing your damn thing, bro. Like, literally, you're doing it. So literally, since I've signed to a talent agent, they have just been doing the most for me, man. And like, big up to Jen and Co's agency as well. It's just doing a lot of wonders for me, man. And I'm overwhelmed, because literally people are messaging me and calling me now. But you know what? I've been staying so hungry. I've been staying so determined, resilient. Like, the consistency with my drive and my efforts. I'm so ambitious to become successful, and not only just be successful, but to become the best version of myself, bro. And it's all about being aligned within yourself. And when you get to that point, and I don't even think there's more. And I'm so small as well, but I'm just like a lion, bro. I'm like a lion, and I don't stop. So when I now get calls and messages for bookings for shows now, I'm like, wow, this is really happening. And I just say thank you every day. I'm so grateful for being able to get myself out of a dark place, and much more so to God, man, because he's the creator, man, you know? So yeah, that's where we at. That's where the funds are coming in. Yeah.
Come on. And you said you've got a talent agency. They just
Yeah.
look at singers?
Yeah, so they're more, the talent agency that I've got is more just on the talent side, not music.
Okay.
So they deal with more of the podcasts, the interviews, the modeling, the fashion shows, events, which makes sense because I'm an all-rounder. I don't call myself an artist, you know. Like, I don't call myself a singer. I call myself a creative artist. I'm very unique and an entertainer, because there's so much to me. Like, I don't box myself in. And literally, even in the Book of Life, it even says to step out of your comfort zone, express yourself, be more than your surroundings, you know, step out into the open world. The world is such a big place. And our own personality is so big that sometimes people don't even understand how powerful they potentially could become. And for me, I locked on to my talents and my gifts and my expertise a long time ago, but it was just about confining it. It was just about ironing it out. And it was just about getting to that point of enjoyment, which I'm at now, and jumping on that train line and just going and sailing through, man. Because I'm like a steam train right now, bro. It's crazy. I'm not even stopping at those stops, bro. Like, I'm just going, just whistling through. But yeah, it's really good. So So many things are happening for me at the moment naturally, and it's such a blessing because the reason why so many people are contacting me at the moment is because I've put the work in. I've literally been putting the work in for years. And the more that I became at peace with myself, bro, I kid you not, like things started to become easier and easier and easier. Literally every day was becoming easy. And don't get me wrong, like I still have my bad days, as of opposed all of us do. And with the good comes the bad, with the bad comes the good. But for me, every day you're not always going to have a good day, which is it's normality to have the bad with the good. But my thing is this: how do you what energy do you project on those bad days? And I'm a very positive person, so yes, I may have my bad days, but I still project a positive outlook on those bad days because you can sail through. It's just like with fire. You're not going to stop in fire. You're going to keep going through. But the positiveness is I'm going to get through. I'm going to stay positive. I'm having a bad time going through the fire, but there's still light at the end of the tunnel. Because if I stop, I'm going to get burnt. Do you understand? So you've always got to have a positive outlook on everything you do, bro. And speak positive words and affirmations into yourself, man, because there is life and death in the tongue. And what you think and what you feel creates your state of being. So that's my motto. That's my motto, man.
You seem like a very, very positive person.
Yeah, thank you,
and
man.
everything's like a light beaming out from
Yeah,
you right
thank
now.
you,
Do you know
man.
what I mean?
Yeah,
But I'm pretty sure that you haven't always been like this.
no.
And this is coming out from a place of pain, as you
Yeah,
say. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about what made this
So
gentleman here today. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Edmonton, North London. Um, my parents moved around quite a lot. I remember even living in Leighton at one point, Walthamstow, definitely Leighton, Enfield. But my background growing up predominantly was Edmonton. And for me, that's where it kind of all started. Like my mum and dad, there was a lot of domestics going on, and as a child it's very daunting for any child because children are like sponges, you know. And to see, to hear, to feel so much abuse going on, what does a child do? A child just, it's like a child doesn't know how to act, so most children start acting very rebellious. Even as much as from such a young age, it could affect them mentally, it could affect them emotionally, much more, unless the child is actually going through physical abuse. 9 times out of 10, it's emotional and physical abuse. Which the moment they even leave the front door, like for myself, like it was very daunting because I was going to school on top of getting bullied at school. And for me, it was like, okay, I'm at a vulnerable state right now. My mum and dad are arguing. There's a lot going on. My brain is going to explode. I'm going to school. I'm getting bullied. I don't know how to deal with my emotions because I'm just a young kid. So I'm going to school. Being the person that I am, having such a bubbly attitude, one thing I can say is that I've always had this bubbly attitude as a kid. I've always been a happy-go-lucky kid. But then it's like fireworks in your head when so many things are going on, even as an adult. But as for a kid that can't even compress it, it is crazy. It's crazy. So it started from when my mum and dad were arguing and a lot of domestics going on in the house. They eventually split up. I then went to live with my dad. Um, my dad, I think I get my energy now. Not I think, I know. I get my energy from my dad. My dad is a very vibrant, outgoing person. My mum is very reserved, very laid back, great woman, worked hard, very successful, very wealthy, as opposed to my dad as well. But my mum's very much more strict. Why did you get tattoos? Go to university, that kind of stuff. My dad was more laid back, and as a kid, you're like, oh, okay. But I still done well, passed my GCSEs, went to college and uni, so forth. So while
So no trouble growing up, apart
as
from
as a kid, but then it started from college. That's when it started.
right.
So during
Okay.
school,
So what did you study in
so
school?
in college, I studied performing arts, which speaks for itself, the entertainment side, and IT. So I'm a computer wizard. No one actually really knows this. There's so many hidden talents within me. But do you know what it is? I realized growing up, when I was at home, or if I used to go to the library, my mum and dad always used to say that I like to design stuff, or I like to just go on a computer and do stuff. Like I'm very good at making logos. I'm very good at making web designs. I'm very good at architecture. Like so natural that it's just clearly embedded in me because these things I could do with my eyes closed. But is that something I want to pursue? No, but it's good to have these things under your belt because anything to do with colors, anything to do with entertainment, anything to do with computers, I love it. Like I thrive off it. And you always know predominantly what someone could like because of the passion. Like the passion they go for it. So yeah, so I studied performing arts and
any side
IT.
hustles before then?
Yeah,
Any jobs?
I was a drug dealer. I was selling drugs, and that was when I was younger. But
How did you get into that?
I was around. I was in and around. I was quite popular in school and out of school. Just as a school leaver, they say, just finishing GCSEs year 11, and I just always wanted to be in the in crowd. Like as much as I was a leader, I believe that I was a follower at the same time. And I can openly say because I still knew right from wrong, but I still chose to do wrong because I wanted to be in the in crowd. And I was rebelling as well because, like I said, my mum was quite strict. My dad was always out working. So any chance that I did get to be around the in crew, I would take it. So as you do, just started getting into doing certain things that wasn't clearly visible.
How old was you and how did you get into that?
I think I was about 18 because I remember getting my first car. I got my Punto, and from the moment there, I was just skiing around the whole place. So I had the car now. I had a little bit of money. I was working where was I working in then? I think River Island, Tesco's and River Island. I had 2 jobs. One thing with me is I've always worked since even 16. Like always had 9 to 5s, and that passion and drive and hunger's been through my dad because he's just a hungry guy like yourself. You're very hungry as well, very driven. So yeah, even though I was doing that, like I was around certain people that were doing road life. Then I just started selling drugs for somebody, and then just making a bit of money. So I was selling marijuana, weed. Yeah,
Okay.
man. So I think around those times
how does that work? Do you buy like a big cube?
Like
and then you dissect it and put it in packets?
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
Or was
Literally,
you just doing like 10 little packets?
Exactly like that. Like you buy a big bit, like you break it down and you put it into little baggies. But do you know what?
And how much money do you make out of that?
Do you know what you get? Like selling stuff around those days. There, like the lowest you're gonna sell, you could even sell as much as a £5 draw. Now that's not even that. Like the lowest, that the cheapest you can probably buy now is probably like £50.
£50
for a bag. Now, yeah,
that's how much it goes.
Draw now, yeah. But before you could do £5.
So there's no scores or what?
£20. I think they call it at 8.
Benner,
yeah. Benner's like
Benner scores.
A Benner's like a 10s now, but.
It don't exist anymore.
Nah, man, not that I know of now. I'm well away from it, but it's like when I hear and see certain things, I'm like, bro, is man really spending £50-60 each time?
But what you making from that? So how much you buying a queue for?
So like,
is it called a queue?
I think a queue's like the one of the lowest, but I don't even know too much about it now. Like to be honest, like back in the day, it was more easier to buy because things were much cheaper.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to work out what's the profit.
What's the profit?
So
let's say like a Z of weed could be like 1,200, 1,300. Yeah, £1,200, £1,300.
Yeah.
So if you're breaking that down into, let's just say if you wanted to break it down into eighths, which is like £20 draws, your profit margin, like as a whole, you're getting back from that 1,200 at least what, £2,000, between two grand and 2,500.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're nearly doubling up on that.
Yeah. And that's, do you know what? You've got to have a great weed line, like a good weed line. For me,
what's a weed line?
A weed line, yeah, like green line, like. And for me, like, this is why a lot of people may be into selling A class a lot more because of the sheer fact that the money's crazy. Like the turnaround for that, it's like wheels spinning, bro. Like you're on the road, you're on the tarmac, and you see like you're driving your car and the wheels just spinning continuously. Once you've got that kind of line with A class, but the risk is obviously much more higher.
And how do you get caught?
You just, bro, unless you just got to move correct. You have to move correct because you know who you're selling to, know that you've got your loyal customers, and don't start exposing yourself. And a lot of people expose themselves through ego. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, to be honest, like back in the day, it was more easier to buy because things were much cheaper. Yeah, but I'm just trying to work out what's the profit. Let's say like a Z of weed could be like 1,200, £1,300. So if you're breaking that down into, let's just say if you wanted to break it down into eighths, you're and showing off. And this is what happens. Do you know, 9 times out of 10, when I watch some of these crime programs and watch these YouTube documentary, do you know 9 times out of 10, half of the reason why, not even half of the reason, the majority of the reason why these guys get caught is because they start showing off. It's greed, bro. But you know what? And this is where I believe that money changes people to a degree, because they can't contain themselves, because the person that they once was to the person that they are now is two different people.
I like that, but I don't think money changes people.
Yeah.
I think money reveals
their
who that
true
person is.
identity.
You know what I'm
Their
saying?
true identity. Yes,
They were
man.
always that person.
Yes.
But they had that opportunity now, and they're like, yeah, fuck.
So you was really that way,
Yeah.
but now you've been given an opportunity.
Oh,
Sick.
mate.
Okay. Yeah. And I say that a lot of people change the narrative. They change themselves to suit the narrative of other people on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that because, like you just said, like, people want to fit in, you know? Like, if you're wearing one glove and it fits you nice, but you think it doesn't look good, but you can glitter it up. No one wants to take the time to put the glitter on it and the gold and the diamantes, but people will see another man wearing the Michael Jackson glove that's shining and beaming, and you want that glove, bro. So, like, you're going to do what you can to wear that glove, but it doesn't suit you once you get it. Because what works for one person doesn't work for another. And that is why I am unique. This is why there is nobody out there like me, bro. I'm different, bro. I'm my own person. Every single person is unique in their own way. But people they don't know their uniqueness, and they don't know their selling point. Once you find your selling point, bro, you run with it, bro. And it's that, having that mindset of thinking the right thing about yourself, being at peace, taking time out for yourself. And that's why I said predominantly, like, last year I took time out for myself to heal, bro. I took time out for myself to heal because of my mental health as well, because of all the trauma that I went through. And that was because of the stabbing. That was because of being shot at. That was because of acid being in my face. That was because being bullied in school. Bro, like, when does it stop for me? Like, when does it stop? And I thought, my mum and dad actually thought that someone put a curse on me, to the point of, this isn't getting, I thought like I was running into a real, you know, like Grand Theft Auto, like when you're running into the wall, like you're really running into the wall. Like, and it's just so funny because people always do the actions, bro. I thought I was just doing the same thing over and over again. And of course, that's going to mess your mental. Of course, that's going to mess your mental. But I knew the breaking point for me was when my ex-girlfriend left me. Yeah. And that's when I thought, you know what? This is dead. This is dead. I'm doing too much. But you know why I was doing too much? Because I was scared to face my fears. Yeah. I'm very fearless now. And I know I've always had it in me, but it's like a lot of things and a lot of people, they're scared to face their fears head on, you know? And in order for you to become mentally better, one of the things you need to face your fears. You need to face your fears head on. And be careful what you think, because I always say, like, your thoughts become things, and if you think too much and they sit in your subconscious mind, they could become your reality, you know. And it's very, very powerful. Yeah,
I like what you said earlier, you know, and I'm a big believer that, you know, everybody else is taken.
Yeah,
so be you.
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
you are unique.
Yeah.
I love that. So let's go back to your journey.
Yeah.
And so you're doing performing arts and IT.
Yeah,
At college. You've got 2 jobs.
Yeah.
River Island.
Yeah, and Tesco's.
Yeah. And then you're shotting.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know. For my age,
Did
I
you
know.
sleep?
Nah, yeah, I was young. I was partying as well.
Okay. So, but there's a motivation behind that.
Yeah.
So if your actions are going, I want to learn.
Yeah.
I want to work.
Yeah.
Legitly.
Yeah.
I want to work unlegitly as well.
Yeah.
But the end thing out of all of that is I'm learning to create more value for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm doing all these little side hustles to get money.
Yeah.
So you wanted money.
Money, yeah. I did.
Why
I wanted
did you want money?
Because at the time, I'm like a fashion head anyway, and I was loving my trainers like a fanatic. And I just wanted to just have the latest stuff. I was like always a cool kid anyway.
Did you think that gave you confidence?
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. The exterior didn't. And like, I can openly say, like, I always had confidence from a child within. When I was a child, just not having nothing, just growing up as a child, I just had it in me. naturally, that just added a little sprinkle on it. Like me being able to have the latest trainers and the latest garms and get in my car, that just boosted my ego even more. And just
What was
listen,
it for? What did you want? Did you want women?
I
What?
was getting
Was you looking for
girls.
love?
I was
What?
looking for love. Oh, well, the love started. I started searching for love when things started going downhill, and that's when I started searching for love
Do you
within
think
women.
do you think there's an element of attention? You wanted attention. Like, did you ever feel that you didn't get attention at home?
Yeah,
Mum
yeah,
arguing, dad's at
yeah,
work.
yeah, and
Was it some mother love you were missing or something?
yeah. You know what? Where you say that, the mother love, for me and my mum, like, we've got a great relationship now, but growing up, it wasn't the best. I'll be honest. It wasn't. Me and my mum wasn't like that. Like, me and my dad was like this, but me and my mum wasn't very. I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself at times, like, my mum may have been very frustrated with my dad, and may have been taking it out on me because there was no love. There was no compatible love with my mum.
Do you look like your dad?
I look like both. My
Okay.
mum's like mixing it. She's like very light, like really,
Okay.
really lighter than me. Like, and then my dad's dark skin. But I've got, I think everyone said I've got my dad's head shape, but like the feature of my mum a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and I think, like you said, I think searching for that motherly love, I was finding it in women. So I was utilizing the fact that girls always thought I was nice, got my tattoos, then I got my gold tooth, then I was driving, I was just that guy. Literally, I was that guy. But then obviously it all crashed when obviously the first incident happened. Then my mental state of mind went downhill.
First incident.
The first incident was when I got stabbed.
Okay, how old was you at this stage?
This was 2009. So I was like in my early 20s, I believe, between 21 and 25, I think. No, definitely not 25, 21.
And you got stabbed. What does being stabbed mean?
Stabbed is like just stabbing someone with a shot.
Samurai?
No, I'd say the first time I got stabbed was a flick knife.
So it's about this big.
Yeah, I'd say about that.
And what happened? Do you even know it was?
It was just this was a club entrance. Like, I was going to a club, then I was leaving, and I was with a bunch of girls going back to the car, and like I just saw loads of guys, like, and it's crazy because at this time I'm just freelancing, I'm just running around doing me, still participating in a gang because I can't steer away from that. I have to take accountability because I was still doing things that I shouldn't have been doing.
So you was in a gang. What does that mean, being in a gang?
Just being amongst a group of people, thinking that you're the shit, like you are the guys, and like let's be real. Like, what is a gang? A gang is a group of people. You know what? Like, the word gang has just been labeled as something bad, but you could still have a gang of people that are doing good. But it's just the phrase, the terminology, a gang. I don't like it, the word, the terminology, but a gang could still be positive. It could be, you could have a positive gang out there doing positive things. But at the time we was out there, we was a gang doing non-positive stuff. And for that reason, I have to take accountability because I was still running around doing certain things that I shouldn't have been doing. And it's funny because then I'm still out here just living my life as normal, willy-nilly, like just going restaurants with women, just partying, doing this, doing that. Because I've always had such a resilient mindset. Like, not that I wasn't scared, but it's just like I'm doing certain things, but I'm just going to get on with my life. That's it. Like, I wasn't thinking anything more or anything less. And that's just even with me now, bro. Like, I'm such a deep individual. Like, I just get on with it. I don't deep things. I just get on with it, because what tends to happen is that a lot of people suffer from depression. I believe, my opinion, is that a lot of people live in the past, and you do suffer from depression if you're living in the past. Anxiety builds from living in the future. So I tend to tell people, live in the present moment. That is where you'll find peace. Living in the present moment. And then you are able to be aligned much more with yourself, because your anxiety and overwhelmness can build by living in the future, wanting more and thinking. It's okay to manifest and tell yourself, I've got it already, or I'm there. But There's a difference between that and actually predominantly thinking, why isn't this happening now, man? Because I wanted this to happen now. Like, I want that car now because of this, that, the other, and this, that. You're going into exertion mode, like, and it hyperventilate your body, especially your mind, living in the future. And when you live in the past, which quite a lot of people have done, including myself, it builds a lot of depression because you're living in such a dark place consistently every day and not being able to get out of it. So then that then leads to therapy and counseling, which this is going to be my second year now, getting therapy and counseling. And it is amazing. I'll put that out there to everybody because I'm a very vocal and open person, especially someone that has been living in North London, a man in a gang, and being able to be vulnerable as a man to express myself, because it doesn't discredit me. It doesn't make me lose my my viva, my vavavoom. You know, it doesn't take any credibility away from being a man because I still stand 10 toes down and my head held high. But a lot of people don't understand that when you've got so much going on, especially for the men, because the suicide rate for men is just it's crazy. It is crazy because a lot of men don't talk because they don't know how to talk. And it's okay to not be okay. But it could be because of their ego, what their friends are going to think. And maybe they're just shy. Maybe they don't know how to open up. And it's like a fizzy bottle. All the emotions are trapped inside like a fizzy bottle. And what happens is we explode. Once you shake it and then you're frustrated or get into a problem, the lid opens and then you explode. And then this is why it's good to talk and suppress and get it out, speak to somebody, because people act out of impulse, and that is the worst thing you can do, bro. The worst thing
Facts,
you can do.
man. And especially, like, you know, you even hear women go man up.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Like,
and
you
then
know,
that could put you down.
We all have thoughts. We all have feelings.
Yeah.
Why can't we openly speak about it?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's only something positive that's going to be coming out of
Yeah.
speaking. It's communication.
Communication is key.
Communication, you understand where someone's at. You
Yeah.
understand where you're at.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't really even need an argument. If there's two views that are completely different, you
Yeah.
go, well, actually, I can see a problem in the next 5 years if we
Yeah.
carry on this way.
Yeah.
Well, let's just part ways now.
Yeah.
There doesn't need no big bust up
Yeah.
argument, this, that, other, or I want you to be this, because in actual fact, you can't change anybody.
No.
You can maneuver them in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Say, look, here's choices. You can
Yeah.
go this way or that way.
But it's down to you.
You know, exactly. And if you're thinking that, you know, I'm a mechanic and I love working with spanners, and then I'm going to be in an office.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Because there's no comparison there. That it doesn't work. And touching on what you said, I like about change. People fear change. The weak-minded and the faint-hearted, they fear change. They really fear change, bro, because people don't see hope within themselves. So they don't think that there is any hope and change for them. But then it upsets them when other people change, especially people that they're around. Because I've been getting it myself much more now. Like, a lot of people have had that thought process of, yeah, Jerome's going to make it, you know, like, but I was stuck in such a way that they were happy with, which wasn't good, that they were thinking, all right, cool, he hasn't looked into his purpose yet. Because really, if he does look into his purpose, he's going to be sailing through.
Oof.
And that's
people want to hold you.
Yeah.
They don't want to let you go.
go.
And, you know, it's always the people who are doing less than you is the ones who are trying to bring you back.
Down, yeah.
The one who's doing better than you, they'll always try to pull you up.
Yeah.
You know?
And that is something that I realized when I broke up with my ex-partner, and I thought, I'm now making this choice to focus on myself now. Because I am an empath and I'll never stop being who I am.
You're an
empath.
What does that mean?
And an empath is somebody that sheds love continuously, is a giver, is just very, I call it like the butterfly effect, because it's just like my heart is always fluttering, like in a good way. Like the way I express myself, the way I give myself to people, I'm very clean-hearted, very pure, very expressive, and always wanting to help people. And doing that to the wrong people can be very detrimental, because I call them leeches. So throughout life, that's what was happening. I was doing it to the wrong people. I was giving myself to the wrong people. So now, once I locked into myself, I realized it's all about boundaries. And discipline. And you know what, bro? One thing I'll say about discipline I've noticed is discipline is doing the things that you don't like to do, but you do it so well, people think you love doing it. And it is incredible because there's so many things that I don't like doing. Or it could even be the fact that it's not that I don't like doing it. I could fall back into a habit of, you know what, I said I'm going to set my boundaries. I'm not going to mess with certain people. I'm not going to speak to that person. They're not adding any value to my life. It's not aligned with me. But then you just feel like where the empath comes in, you feel like, oh, no, it's okay, man. Let me just give them a chance. But this is where the discipline needs to step in and keep these people. No one's saying that you've got to hate anybody because hate is a strong word. But if you do not add any value to my life, and it's easily seen that we're not on the same page, then I'm sorry, like I have to speak to you from a distance. I have to keep you from a distance because you're not adding any value. We're not going up the ladder together, like, because you're going to weigh me down because the things that you value are not at any position of any degree that is going to add any value to my life. And what kind of things that you like doing, I may not like doing. So I'm going to be wasting my time and I don't have to waste time. And time is your currency, bro. Once it's gone, it's not coming back.
There you go. And people fail to realize that one.
Yep.
When I ask you, what's that tattoo?
This is so first it was a teardrop because my nan passed away.
Okay.
So yeah, it is.
A teardrop.
A teardrop is like if you kill someone or if someone passes away in your family. So I haven't killed no one though, right?
Oh, okay, so is it full or not full? Like,
so when I got it, it was full, but I didn't understand this. I was young when I got this done, but I didn't understand the whole if it's an outline or if it's coloured in.
Right.
So the outline is if someone passes away. If it's coloured in, you've killed someone. Mine was coloured in.
Oh.
So it was setting off alarm bells like, huh? But I just did it because I just wanted it to look good.
Yeah.
But then I thought, let me change it to a lightning bolt because I just thought it would look cool. And yeah, man. But I think it's part of me now. I like it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's just because of my personality in the way I am, I don't give off the energy of, oh my God, I'm scared of him. He looks like a threat. I don't look like a threat. And I think it's my personality, my bubbliness. So with me, it's more art now because I've got a tattoo on the side of my head as well. But this one's much more meaningful because I got stabbed in my head as well.
Where did you get stabbed?
Like, I don't know if you can see, like, there's a line underneath the writing where it says blessed.
Not really.
Literally.
So what? Somebody stabbed you or sliced you?
Yeah, sliced me like that. Yeah, so underneath. I can feel it. Yeah. But I didn't like it the way it looked. Like, and you know what? Like, you see now though, I always tell people, like, when I'm motivating and uplifting people, own your flaws, man. Like, own everything. Own everything. Your scars. Just own it. If you have any flaws or you have any tendencies or if there's things that you're insecure about, own it, man. Because once you own it and people see you own it, it will uplift you, you know, because even like with a lot of women have a lot of insecurities, which is okay. But it's about understanding it, identifying it and embracing it, you know. Even with myself, I've got so many scars all over my body, but I was very feeble and very scared growing up when I was younger because I'm a kid. Looking at myself in the mirror, just like shaking my head. I felt sick. I wasn't myself. But then you learn to grow with it.
Yeah. I want to speak a little bit about your injuries in a little bit more detail because I've never really opened up that topic and people don't know. People think knives are cool.
Yeah.
People think carrying a knife's cool. There's no biggie on this one. I'm not going to really use it.
Yeah.
But people need to know the effects. So you said first time you was with a group of girls.
Yeah.
Came
out of a nightclub.
Gang came up and someone stabbed you. Where did you get stabbed?
So I got stabbed the first time I got stabbed. I got sliced in my head the first time, like I said there on the side. Yeah.
So what sort of injuries did that cause?
I had to have stitches.
Cut.
Yeah, so it was a deep cut. So I had to have stitches.
Lucky it missed your eye.
Literally.
Did you see it coming?
I didn't see nothing, bro. I got hit over the head with a bat, and I was on the floor.
Wow.
And like, I was just on the floor, just trying to protect myself, innit, you know? So it was a blur. Like when
it's like your head cracking.
Yeah, and when you're in the midst of getting beaten up, you don't even know what's going on. You're just trying to protect yourself in whatever way so you don't die.
And they did that because?
Just because of my affiliation of being in a gang.
Right.
And running around.
They recognized you?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. At that time, I was literally going back to my car and I bought a new car that same day went clubbing and whatever, blah, this and the other. So I got stabbed in my head, sliced in my head. I got stabbed in one of my lungs, my back, my hand.
On a different time?
No, that was the first time.
So you got stabbed even more?
Yeah, when I got hit on the floor and got hit with a baseball bat and fell on the floor. Then obviously when you get stabbed, you don't realize. You think someone's punching you. So each stab is like a blow, like a punch, but you don't know because your adrenaline is rushing and your blood is just going round like 10 speed. It's only when you look at it and your body starts to come down
register.
And it registers, and then your body comes back down to a normal frequency. You then go into panic mode because you're feeling pain now, the sensation, you've seen it. So it's like
you don't know how bad it is.
You don't know how bad it is, how severe.
Where else?
Where else? Literally. And then I was just left. I was left on the floor.
How long did it take for the ambulance?
Luckily, there was a lady outside her house. And this is why I love my dear God, because he's been with me every step of the way, and it's so wholesome, man. It really is, because there was a lady screaming above, because we was at someone's house, looking down, and I looked up, and it was like I was in a movie, bro. I was like, I laugh at it now. I was like I was in a movie. Like, I felt like I was in La La Land, because I'm laying on the floor, things are happening, I'm just looking up, and I'm like, there was a woman there, but it was a blur, but she's like, get off him, screaming. She's called the police a long time ago and an ambulance. And that was God, That was God. And bless that woman. I went back and gave her flowers one day. I knocked on her door and gave her flowers because I'm just that way inclined. And the police and the ambulance got there quite quick. I got rushed to North Middlesex Hospital. And then just got operated on, woke up. I was in and out of the hospital for within a week, which isn't long.
So things heal quick as
well. Yeah. You did.
But when you get punctured in the lung, does that affect your organ?
So unfortunately now I've got one lung. Like, my left lung doesn't operate how it's meant to operate. It's going to be like that for the rest of my life. And I've learned to embrace that as well. It's hard. I've got severe asthma.
Does that affect your singing?
Do you know what? It doesn't, I'm resilient. It's all in the mind. At times, if I get a cold, I get hospitalized because obviously, with the weather and so forth and low immune system. Since 2020, I've been in and out of hospital continuously. I kid you not, up until December just gone. Even more so, I was in hospital over Christmas. And bear in mind, I said from 2021 up until 2023, December. This year so far, God willing, touch wood, I have not seen the hospital, and I'm so grateful because I'm doing my part. Mm-hmm. I'm doing my bit, my part of trying to keep my head above water with my health. I'm back in the gym now. I'm eating the right stuff. I drink a lot of water. I take my multivitamins. I take sea moss, black seed oil, lemon and ginger. And doing all the natural based stuff, because anything natural is always good for you. And it's just with that within it, speaking within itself, the government don't want you to know. It's just always fobbing you off with tablets and so until I realized that the more you're taking all these tablets prescribed by the government, it's just killing you. Because then your body, there's only so much that your body can take it until it stops working.
A lot of these, like paracetamols, is like we've given you something, but it's just selling what the pharmaceutical companies need, money. And it masks the actual problems as well. So tell me what happened with the acid attack.
Yeah, the acid attack. Well, touching on base quickly on the second stabbing, that was very detrimental because I went to Trinidad, came back, got stabbed the day I come off the plane. It's unheard of. Literally, step foot off the plane.
Why? Was you still in a gang?
I was still involved in a gang. And I went away the first time to keep my head down. Me, being Jab, I came off the plane and went partying straight away. Met up with my friends. Obviously, luck wasn't on my side. Someone's obviously set me up. Before I knew it, I was in a back alleyway, hiding behind cars, and then ran into a dead-end alleyway. The worst. Me running into a dead-end alleyway, I really saw my life flash before my eyes, because this time I was awake. Like the last time I got hit over the head, I was a bit in a daze. I wasn't with it. This time I was with it, saw everything, and I was shit scared.
And how many people were there?
There was about 12 people.
12 people.
And there was knives upon kitchen knives now. We're going for long kitchen knives now. I thought, that's it. I'm gone. I'm dead.
And
I'm gone.
what, they're approaching you and what
yeah,
they saying?
Yeah. That was it. No, there was no talking. It was just straight. I was actually trying to fight.
What did you think? You saw 12 men with weapons on them. What did you think?
I thought, what am I going to do? What do I do? My heart's racing like a cartoon character where it's about to come out of my chest. Listen, bro, do you know what's funny? Because I can laugh about it. Remember, I said I'm in a dead-end alleyway, so all what's behind me is a wall.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought I was Spider-Man. I tried to climb up the wall. Mm-hmm. That's how scared I was, bro. Yeah. That's how petrified I was. Anything goes.
Yeah.
I just had to face it, bro. I just had to face it. But you know what always gets me through? My mind. I'm very strong-minded. I'm very, very strong-minded. It's like anything can be weak in me other than my mind. And everyone says, Jab, your mindset is next to none. Like, you're so resilient in your mind. It's so strong. I can oversee and overlook stuff, bro, because of the way my mind is set up. Because what will be, will be. And I've learned that.
So the first knife comes towards you.
Comes knife towards me, like, I can't even try and grab the blade because I'm going to cut my hand, bro. I'm trying to swing and punch, bro, but I'm just getting stabbed left, right, and center. That was the worst ever, bro. Like, I got stabbed everywhere. So altogether, I've been stabbed 19 times. But that time, I was on a life support machine. So I did die. Like, I was left in an alleyway, bleeding, gushing blood. It's only because God gave me the strength. And I was speaking to myself, saying, get help. Crawl out of the alleyway.
Where were they stabbing you? In your midsection?
In my whole body. I can show you if you want. So it's like literally, like you can see here, the knife was ripped up and it affected my liver. You can see my lung here.
Yeah.
You can see my other lung here.
Wow.
My back as well. You can see it back.
Okay.
And my hand as well. Where's my hand? Don't know if you can see.
Okay.
So it's like, for me, I didn't notice till after, but I couldn't breathe properly. Realized both of my lungs got punctured now.
Wow.
And my heart got pierced. So you need your heart to live, and you need your lungs to breathe. So how is this small little guy surviving this now? I'm not knowing what the heck is going on with my body. I'm just knowing it's like fireworks. But I was struggling to breathe. I was gasping for air. Why? Because my lungs were punctured. So it was probably a matter of time before I actually died and wouldn't come back, because they actually said I did die because I wasn't with it. I didn't realize my heart stopped. So from the moment your heart stops, you're dead. But resuscitation, within a certain amount of time, they can bring you back to life. Luckily, I crawled out of the alleyway and there was two girls that saw me on the floor. And by the grace of God, the glory goes to him, they took me to the hospital, Chase Farm. Rushed me to the hospital. It was like a movie. It was like Casualty, Holby City. They ran in. Someone came out with a stretcher. Remember, I'm dazing. I'm in a daze, but I'm realizing what's happening. I'm dying. I'm dying because I'm faint. I'm weak. I couldn't even lift my body up, like nothing. Yeah, because of the cuts and the bruises and the blood. But the more blood I'm losing, that's it. And your organs are just finished. So I'm dying. And they said to me, that's why you were so faint, because you lost so much blood and you was dying. Before I knew it, I couldn't really see because my vision was a blur, but I just felt my body going up and down. And that was the resuscitation. They were resuscitating me with the two shockers. And then, by the grace of God, man, once again, the glory goes to him. I woke up on a ward. And I always shout out to the lady who saved my life, because she was a pregnant doctor who was on the verge of leaving to go home, and they had to rush her back in. And yet, once again, once I was healed, I went back and got her some flowers and some chocolates and literally held her hand and said, you don't understand how grateful I am, man. Like, thank you so much. You saved my life. And she said, yeah, your heart stopped and you died and we brought you back. I was on a life support machine for a while. And yeah, man, I'm here now. You know, I'm here now. And so that was that, man.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And then what happened with the acid attack?
The acid, I was running around being, okay, so my tag name used to be called Small Man. The Small Man days was Terror Days, Tasmanian Devil Days. So there were so many different splurges that Small Man was involved in. It could have been a robbery, it could have been a stabbing, it could have been drugs, it could have been going to a different area, it could have been starting trouble in clubs. Small Man was there, I was involved. Okay, cool. That's me taking accountability. So we went to Watford, a club called Area. Finished now, 4:00 in the morning. I believe it was like 2 o'clock it finished. Going back to the car. These times I've got my new Punto just come out, so I'm excited. We're going everywhere now. Everyone's in my car. The girls in my car. Cool. We've gone back to our cars, and unfortunately, there was some boys that we actually didn't know that was having problems with another set of boys in the car park. But where it was dark, they thought that my gang was the boys that they were running after. We didn't even know what was going on. So it was a collision. I kid you not, Sean. Like, it was a collision. I'm walking through with the girls, bro. Regardless, you'll see me with women. You'll see me with the girls, no matter what. Whether there's problems, whether there's fighting, listen. But then, as I'm about to press the button, the press key to get into my car, I've heard someone say, "Oi," I've turned around, bro. I didn't even see it because it was a flash. It's like when you shoot a gun and a bullet goes, you can't even see the bullet, bro. It's just like there's a hit. I kid you not. All I heard was "Oi." Next minute, I was on the floor. My face was burning. That's how quick it was because it was a liquid. So within 0.5 seconds, my face was burning. I didn't even know. Like, I don't know if you can see here where it's gone a bit funny, and maybe one of my eyelids. Can you see where it's a little bit dark? Yeah, and here, but it's still though. You know, my face was a wreck. I'm not even gonna lie. And I'm very in touch with like my feminine side, looking after myself. So I was like, whoa. So obviously, from there, we drove to Chelmsford Hospital, I believe. Chelmsford Hospital. And they just all they can do is put water.
From an acid attack, if you ever face that situation, the best
water.
thing, just pour water over it.
Yeah,
not
water.
Touch it, or
no, touch it, just water. Definitely don't touch because there's bacteria all in and around us everywhere, especially with our hands, the amount of things that we touch on a daily. So the moment you do that, that could turn into an infection. That could just lead to something worse. But you're panicking. That's why, obviously, when you've got people around you and so forth, calming you down. But the pain was an excruciating pain. And to be precise, it was battery acid. So that was the blessing because it was watered down. Battery acid in a car isn't as predominant as acid. My face would have gone. It would have been finished. So glory be to God once again that it was battery acid and not the proper acid, because there would have been a different ball game. But my face was quite damaged. But they dealt with it. I stayed in hospital for a little while. Then they gave me some cream, and the cream worked. And obviously, I've embraced these scars as well.
Wow. Can I ask you, being in all these gangs and a little bit of trouble, in the wrong crowds and stuff, what's the worst situation you faced with the police?
The worst situation I've faced with the police regarding me being in a gang or in life?
Just like we're calling you in right now, or you've been arrested
for committing an offence, because I remember the day that what led me to go to jail, there was a massive brawl, fight, violent disorder on Hertford Road in Edmonton many years ago. And it was crazy, bro. There was guns involved. There was knives involved. It was broad daylight, 6 a.m. We've all come back from a party. It was on. Bro, like, I swear it was like Spartans and Vikings, bro. Like, cars were beeping. They were going onto the pavement. I kid you not. I'm not even exaggerating. There was bricks being thrown. And it was very detrimental because, unfortunately, like, members of the public got hurt, which is very, very bad. But when your mindset is in a certain way and an element, you just don't know what's going to happen. It's the element of surprise because your mindset is situated on the beef, on the problem, on the issue, on the fight. you're not worried about your surroundings because one, because you could be petrified because you don't want something to happen to you, and two, you're trying to get them back. You're not worried what's going on. So bricks were being thrown, bullets were getting sent, knives are just here, knowing full well there's cameras there. We're running in the road, cars are swerving, beeping, going on the pavement. I laugh about it now because when we saw the CCTV back in court, I was like, no way, this is embarrassing, you know? Because you after a while, like when you're seeing people in the courtroom, your parents, yeah, they're coming to support, but you don't want your family seeing that shit. Like, so I'm like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. And I kid you not, like when I did get arrested, like the full squad came out. Like there was a riot van outside my house. I was living in Waltham Cross at the time. There was a riot van. Do you know what though? There's something in me that is very aware of something going on. I don't know what it is, but I see it as a gift from God because I'm very alert. It's like, you know, sometimes when you see something or your hairs stand up, your hairs are very alert. My mind, my body and soul is very, very alert. And I love the fact that I've got this trait in me because that day I was in a house with a girl and something said to me, the police are coming to the house. And from that moment, I was acting very funny and she was like, what's wrong? I kid you not, Sean. I put my clothes on for no reason. I was in bed. I put my clothes on. She's like, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I just feel funny. And I was right. My dad said to me, I went into my dad's room, which is facing onto the high road, and I saw loads of police. Now, that was just an intuition, bro. And I always follow my gut instinct. So for me to just randomly get up, put my clothes on, think the police are coming, randomly look out the window, I saw loads of police running towards the door from different angles.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I saw you lot already. Had my stuff ready, went and sat on the stairs, opened the door. I was like, huh? Because I felt it. I'm an energy person. I'm very spiritual in it. So yeah, man. So that was the worst time.
So that is a thing, isn't it? Trusting your gut, because you know the system teaches you everything's written in a book and it's this formula. When sometimes it's not.
Nah.
You know, I used to work in a corner shop.
Okay.
You know, my dad's corner shop, and I knew if somebody was going to come in to nick something. Yeah. If they're coming to buy something, or just coming to window shop. I just knew it. You could feel it. You could feel the energy.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right. And
right. Yeah.
The mind is a powerful thing.
It's your most powerful asset. I say it.
100. So before we wrap this up, we would love to hear a little bit of your singing, like what you're all about. Can you drop us like a song?
We can, man. We can. Shall I play some instrumental? Let me play something. Yeah, man. Let me play something.
Put it next to the mic. It will be louder.
I find it now. I'm searching now. He's holding me up like a crown. I'm finding it. He's searching with me. I wanna see within. I'm fighting now. You can't hold me down. I'm rising up. I'm fighting up. I can see. I can be. I want to be the best of me. I'm searching, I'm fighting to be the best that I can. And I know that you are rising with me. I wanna see. I feel it in my dreams. And when I go to sleep, I think about you every day. I wake up when I pray. See, it's me. Yeah.
Big hand, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
That touched me deep, man. Yeah. Honestly, I could feel
the passion.
That. Yeah, I can feel like that was a lot of pain coming out, a lot of, emotion, and I love that because you were really entwined with your emotion when you
the best of you comes out,
man. I'm telling you, man, and I really hope there's still something left there where you're going to be exploding, and you get to show the world a little bit of you that,
and that is it.
Through your mentoring, through, helping other people, that you get this opportunity to also show this other side of you that people just, attracted even more, So once again, thank you.
Thank you
just
so
let
much.
the audience know how they can best follow you.
My Instagram, my social medias is Jab_Derouchee. So that's JAB_DEROUCHEE. 2 E's at the end. And that's all the social platforms, man. Big drip.
And there you go, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that podcast. I know I did. I learned so much. And I also have learned that sometimes you don't have the best start, but you need to turn your pain into something where you're inspiring other people and showing them the mistakes not to make. So if you enjoyed that, please make sure you smash the subscribe button, drop us a like, drop Jab a comment, and I'll make sure he gets it answered, and share this with somebody who needs it, because we have literally shared so many gems on, getting out of trouble and why not to get in trouble too. So until next time, see you then. Peace.